Hello, this is Jeff Nager with the AMD World Championship of Custom Bike Building. Standing to my right is Dar Holsworth with Brass Ball Bobbers and Darwin Cycles. This is an outstanding bike, and it has the name of Bobby Rahal on the tank, and that's a name you don't associate normally with motorcycles. So tell us the 411 about what's going on here.
Sure thing. Thanks, Jeff, and thanks for having me here at the AMD World Championships. You know, the thing about Bobby Rahal is he's a great American racer, and anyone who follows racing knows that. What we've got here is the Great American Sport Bike, or not Sport Bike, Great American Muscle Bike, and we wanted to pay tribute to Bobby with this bike, so that's why his name is on it, and RLX is the name of the bike. The RL stands for Rahal Letterman, which is his race team, and then X is the X-Wedge motor in the bike. But the thing about this is I went to Bobby Rahal and said, we'd like to build this American muscle bike that pays tribute to you, and we want to raffle it off to support the troops. So we don't want any money from you. All we want to do is co-promote with you. And he was fantastic. He is fantastic. So his entire race team has supported this project, and they've helped get the word out. So this bike has been built completely for free. Many of the components have been sponsored to us, like the X-Wedge motor from S&S, the Baker tranny and primary. Let's see, on and on. The BST carbon fiber wheels from Brock's, the Vortex stuff like the sprocket and the hand control, or the handlebars, the Behringer brakes and hand controls. What am I missing? D&D supplied the pipes. We made the pipes, but they supplied the raw pipe to us. Dunlap tires. I'm sure I'm missing someone. The stat gauge from Autometer. Passport sent us the radar detector.
Well, let's talk a little bit about some of the challenges in building this bike. This bike itself really came out of creativeness out of your mind, and you've put together a lot of time and effort in putting this together. But it's been a long gestation period. So what's been the most challenging thing about this build?
The most challenging thing about this is to make a bike that is functional, representative of what it is. People are going to want to get on this bike and go fast. They're going to want to go on track days, and we need to make sure that it would work with that. As you see, it has a massive motor. It's a 132 X-Wedge, and given the X-Wedge and the 52-degree, this, and the fact that the cylinders are off-centered this way as well, it's huge. So making the bike as compact as possible, giving such a large powertrain, that was the biggest challenge. In fact, we've cut the frame up 3 times. We've actually built the bike 3 times, powder coated it 3 times, each time making a change. So this is the 4th generation of this in its final infancy.
And how long did it take to build this? What's your build time?
Well, now keep it in mind, we've been building it in between building production bikes. So we fit it in. It's taken us about 6 months to build this. But to build one from scratch, like when someone would order one, they would go together a little faster than that.
And what's your frame geometry?
That's a secret.
So it's a secret, but it turns really well, doesn't it? You can tell by looking at it.
Oh yeah, it does it really well.
All right. You mentioned some great American suppliers in this, and one is the S&S. What is this engine like when you get on it, riding this bike? I've never seen such a big engine in such a tight, light package as this.
The engine's fantastic. I mean, the torque curve is almost straight. It's incredible. It has 140 foot-pounds of torque, and of all the bikes that we've built, this one has the most respect for me. I mean, it's scary.
Scary fast?
Oh yeah, scary fast. It's an incredible bike. So
and scary fast from the guy that builds scary fast bikes.
That's right.
All right, all right.
Hey, one thing I did want to get out, which I didn't earlier, this Rahal bike, we are raffling it off to support the troops.
And can you talk about who you're supporting, what organizations?
Absolutely. There are 2 military charities. One is Steel Anchor. Their website is steelanchor.org. The other is Pros for Vets, and their website is prosforvets.org. And so both of those military-focused charities are getting 100% of the proceeds of this bike, and they're only $20, the raffle tickets. You can go to our site.
And Dar, what's that URL?
darwinmotorcycles.com, and you'll see a picture of the bike. Click on that and it takes you right to where you can buy your tickets.
So if a guy was going to get a one-off bike like this, if he came to your shop and he wanted something like this, something that's never really been built before, what would he expect to pay?
This bike is going to be in the neighborhood of 50 to 60 grand. This bike serves as a production prototype. I mean, we are building these. We've got 2 orders already, and so yeah, 50 to 60 grand, kind of depending on how you outfit it, and or $20 if you win.
Either way.
Either way.
Now, what's interesting about how you release models is that oftentimes you'll come to the AMD Championship with a design, get some feedback, and then you'll decide on if it's going in production or not.
That's right. For the last 3 years, or 4 years, we've done that. The AMD is a great place to showcase a new bike or a production prototype, which then we take into production. We did that 3 years ago with our 69 Chopper. We did it last year with the Rocketeer and the Brawler, and each of those have been very successful production models, and we expect the same with this.
And those other bikes that you mentioned are in production and have done well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. People love them.
And what do you think of the market is for an American muscle bike like this?
You know, I don't know. I think this is more of a boutique bike. I don't know that it's going to strike everybody's fancy, but for someone who wants something that no one else has, who wants a really boutique bike that's handcrafted, that oozes Americana, it pays tribute to cafe racers, or takes inspiration from cafe racers and sport bikes, but it's kind of its own thing. That's why we call it an American muscle bike.
Now, I noticed in the back you've got 3 stingers there, but it's a 2-cylinder engine. Is it because you have so much power coming out, you had to add an extra stinger?
That's right. Actually, we have so much, it's pushing so much air that we actually have 2 into 1 into 3 exhaust.
Very cool. It does look really exciting. I do want to mention that on this bike you've got the Escort, and you've worked with those guys a little bit in putting the Escort in the triple trees.
That's right. We designed and machined our own top clamp that has the Passport from Escort radar detector in it, so it's machined right into the trees. It fits in there really nice and flush, and you know, that's one of the boutique items that comes with this bike when someone buys this bike.
Now, is that available on some of your other bikes as well?
Not at this time, but hey, call me up, we can talk.
So you're willing to take telephone calls. So if somebody likes what they see here or would be interested in a chopper or a bobber, where would they go on the web, and what telephone number would they dial?
You go to brassballscycles.com, or you can go to darwinmotorcycles.com. They both go to the same place. Our phone number is 405-270-0995, and we look forward to talking to you. You can also email us, evolve@darwinmotorcycles.com.
All right, well, there's the 411 on the RLX, and have a great show.
Hey, thank you so much, Jeff. Appreciate it. Have a great show yourself. Everyone out there, come to the AMD World Championships. It's a phenomenal place filled with phenomenal bikes. If you get up to Sturgis, you got to come to the AMD World Championships.